Good morning to everyone. So we are today into day one demo session. So let me introduce you people with our Logic Labs technologies and the course we are providing to this batch number 207. So could you please let me know everyone are able to hear me? Just raise your hand, either keep a message to me in a chat box. Okay, we are continuing. So let me introduce with the Logic Labs technologies. Okay, so this batch is of Linux administration. Okay, so RHCSA, it stands for Red Hat Certification System Administrator. It is about system administrator. My name is Sonika, and I'll be a trainer for you for RHCSA. So I'll be your trainer here over here. Our batch number is 207. So for the details about the batch, the timing of our batch will be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. IST, and our course duration will be of 4 weeks. Okay, these are the weekend batches from Saturday to Saturday and Sunday, weekends only. Okay, so the course fees for this is 3,999 INR. To the course content, you can scan over here also. Otherwise, I'll be explaining you into the further this thing. And if you have any queries, you can contact to our Logic Labs team. The contact number is provided over here. And you can also email us on support@logiclabstechnologies.com. So see, first two sessions means today is the day one session and tomorrow will be the day two session, which will be free to all the attendees. From the third of the session, the Zoom meeting link will be shared to the registered paid participants only. Okay. So from the third day, the session links will be provided to the registered paid participants on their registered email address. For the session updates, you please join the WhatsApp app community. I'll be sharing the link of the WhatsApp app and the payment link to everyone on the chat box. You can access through the chat box. And once you join our WhatsApp group, you will get all the updated details of our RCSA course details. And all the sessions, recordings, and the notes will be accessed through the LMS Graphene. Means once you are paid and registered to this course, you will have an access of your own dashboard where you will access the recordings of these videos and the notes, the PDFs which will be provided to you for the lifetime. It is a lifetime access. So if you have any queries, as I mentioned, you please contact Logic Labs Technologies. The contact numbers are provided over here. The email address is also provided. And you can contact us in between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. IST. Okay, so this was all about the Logic Labs and a trainer, that is me. My name is Sonika. Okay, so now we will be switching to our course content. So what will be our course content? What are we going to cover into our RHCSA batch? Prior that, I would like to share you the WhatsApp link. course content link. This is the course content link. This is the WhatsApp group. Once you get joined with the WhatsApp group, you will get all the updated details of our RHCSA batch. So you please join the WhatsApp group. And this is the payment link. So these 3 links are provided to you. So let's start with our course content. So what all will be there into our RHCSA syllabus? I have designed Linux operating system from basics to advanced level so that it will be easier to grasp and easier to understand each and every command thoroughly. We'll be more focusing on the commands. Okay, so see, first we'll be looking into the overview of the Linux operating system. That what is the Linux operating system? Why Linux operating system is important? Where Linux operating system is used? Where all there is a need of Linux operating system? Why you should learn about the Linux operating system? Okay, so once you learn RSCSA, so what you will be as a system administrator in Linux platform. So what will be your role as a system admin? That will be looking why Linux is more secure, what are the Linux distributions, how and where we can install the Linux operating system. So our next chapter will be Red Hat Enterprise Linux installation guide. In this installation guide, I'll be telling you 3 methods of installation. First on the virtual machine, and second will be the online platform where you can practice your commands without any need of installation of the operating system. Third will be the cloud computing on the AWS, that is AWS instance, on the Amazon Web Services, AWS. How you can create your EC2 Linux machine on AWS platform and be letting you know. Basic and advanced commands. First we'll be seeing basic commands, that listing, creating, deleting the files and the directories, how to switch into that particular directory. After that, the commands for the date, calendar, manual of the commands. These all are the basics which will. Once we cover the basic, we'll be switching to file systems. File systems. What are the file systems and what is the file system structure? Remember, everything in a Linux is a file. Okay. So the maintenance, the storage into the correct indexing format of these files is maintained by the file system. Okay, so how the files are stored into the structured format, that we are going to study into this topic. Then the VI editor. See how in Windows we have the text editors. There is a Notepad, there is a Microsoft Word, it is there, a number of are there. Likewise, VI editor is used into the Linux. VI is there, VIM is there, Nano is there, but we are going to see VI, which is used most probably. So user and group management we are covering. In user and group management, we'll be having creation of normal users. Okay, so going into the PDFs also, I'll be letting you know about these details. We'll be covering the gaining super user access of SU and sudos, managing the local group accounts, managing the passwords, password policies. We are going to see. After that, we'll be switching to permissions. Okay, the Linux is very much secure platform, so permission plays very important role. We'll be saying 4 set of permissions. First is the default permission, second the file permissions, third is the special permissions, and fourth will be the advanced file permissions. After that, we'll be covering links. Links means hard links and soft links. So backupping is very important in any of the operating systems. So links will be studying monitoring and managing of the Linux processes. So once we are into the Linux operating systems, uh, we'll be performing a number of tasks. We'll be seeing performing a number of schedulings on that. So processes will be running in the background, how to kill that processes. In Windows, you'll be if something got hanged up and you go to Control Alt Del to the task manager and you end up that session. So likewise here there is a killing of a process. We'll be checking the monitoring activity, like how much CPU is used, how much RAM is used. Okay, we'll be checking those activities, monitoring and managing the Linux processes. After that, we'll be switching to controlling of the services and the demands, like identifying automatically started. There's an backend processes which are running, how to check and all, controlling of the system services, using systemctl to manage the services. So in Linux, these softwares are free of cost. In Windows, in Mac, we have to purchase them. So Linux is an open source operating system. I'll be explaining further. Okay. So analyzing and storing of the logs. Logs plays very important role because the Linux operating system maintains each and every log of the whatever tasks we perform. If we fire the command pwd, it will maintain that who has fired this command at what time. So it maintains the security and which will be helpful for the troubleshooting format. So logs we'll be studying. After that, managing Red Hat Linux networking. So we'll be bringing our machine, our Linux operating system into network, how to configure that, its concept and all. After that, installing and updating of the software packages will be seen, like RPM software packages, and Yum will be covering. Okay, creating local repositories, configuring the repositories, managing the software updates. Okay, so how we'll be getting connected with the subscription manager, that will be covering. So cron jobs, for the future tasks, some schedulings are important to be processed automatically. So this automation will be enabled by using the cron command. After that, we'll be seeing the basic storage. After that, swap and what is swap storage. We'll be covering LVMs, managing logical volumes, creating, extending, and reducing of the logical volume. So at the end, I have kept the booting process and controlling the booting process to the kernel. So kernels and all will be in booting process. We'll be covering all steps from the grub, MBR, kernel, and system D. Okay, grub, MBR, and kernel and system D will be covering in this boot target. And resetting of the root password. See, in Windows, if we forgot the root password, so there are the steps to recover the password. Likewise, we'll be resetting the root password into our Linux operating system. So the last will be our SE Linux, that is firewall. We'll be seeing managing of the server firewalls and controlling of the SE Linux port labeling. Okay, so I've kept some of the extra sessions also, which is not into the CSA syllabus, even though I'll be letting you to know the configurations of NFS server configuration, FTP, that is file transfer protocol for the server configuration. FTP means how we can share the files in between two Linux operating systems into a network and into an intranet. Samba server is nothing but how we can enable the communication between the Windows platform and the Linux platform. Okay, so next is the web server, how we can configure the websites into the Linux servers. That will be seen. The configuration will be seen. Demos. Okay, so this was all about the course content of RCSA syllabus. See, Linux operating system is widely used at the high end or at the high end organizations. So any of the organization you take, Linux is mandate, or you can say it is an how we can say it is an most usedly operating server, operating system on the servers. Okay, so knowing to these basics to advance. So one more thing I forgot to tell you, just a moment. So in between this only, we'll be covering the advanced commands also, like compressing, decompressing the files using the tar and the gzip and the gunzip. We'll be covering find command. In this, we'll be saying 12 cases of the find command, grep command, locate command, and the pipe command. Okay, we'll be covering all these advanced commands. So once we start with our syllabus, I'll be providing you all these PDFs. Okay, so day one session is completed. In that, if we complete the overview of an operating system, then I'll be providing the presentation PDF to you in this format. See each and everything I have mentioned in the PDFs so that you can easily recall whenever you want to look into the Linux OS. See what is Linux operating system, why it is important, where it is used, what is the role if you are get hired as a Linux system administrator, why Linux is more secure, its distributions, and how and where all we can install the Linux operating system. So next will be like, see, installation guide. As I told you that we'll be saying into three ways. First will be of the virtual machine. Each and every step I have explained what is a virtual machine, how it works, the steps to install the operating system on the VM. So step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. So see, steps to install on the cloud platform, that is Amazon Web Services. And we'll be seeing also WinSCP, we'll be seeing PuttyGen, Putty, and logging in with the use of the Putty. So steps for the online practicing. Next we'll be having basics of command. Each and every command I have mentioned into PDF with its description. So to check the present directory, there is a pwd command. So these are the examples of the PDFs which will be available to you after each and every session. So see, touch command is there, how to create a file using touch command, single directory, how to create the multiple directories, nested directories, how to enter into that particular directory, how to remove the files, remove the directories, copying of the files, moving the directories and the files, to see the type of a file, to view a date, to see the content of the file screen wise. So all these things, all these commands are mentioned. So we'll be taking more examples like file structure. So in file structure, see what is the file structure, its types, how to check its command, and see into the structured format how it is. Each and every file's description is provided. See the structure of the file system into our Linux operating system. I have bifurcated these things. See, what are the user command binaries? These all are the commands. These /etc. These all are the configuration files into /etc folder. These are the system essential binaries. Okay, so this is the home directory of the users. So these all will be covered. So VI editor, in this mentioned 3 editors, that is insert mode. So see, there are 3 modes into the VI editor: insert, execute, and command mode. We will be covering all these. Like insert mode, we'll be having a number of options. At execute mode, we'll be having these options. At command mode, we'll be having all these options, like deleting of the single character, deleting of the entire line, and XYZ. So user group and management. So see, what are the root users? We'll be seeing two types of users. The administration, that is a root user, is who is a super user. After that, we'll be seeing user accounts, that is normal user, its configuration files, its UIDs, and its directories where it is stored. We'll be seeing groups. What are groups? What is its GIDs, where the details of the groups are stored into the configuration file. So there are two types of group again, primary and secondary, that we'll be covering. We'll be seeing, see, creating, modify, deleting the users and the group. So all the commands are mentioned with its description. The syntax, after that, after the command, the syntax is provided to add a particular user, to add the password to that user. So after creation, deletion is also important, the command for the deletion and the syntax for it. So modification. So there is a need to modify the existing users. So in that case, there is a user mod command we'll be seeing with n number of options, and the description is also provided. So see, to modify, there are n number of options which we'll be covering. So there is a group commands are there to create a group, to delete a group, to add a password to group, to add the users to that particular group, to delete a group. So the configuration files for the users group and the passwords are there mentioned with its description, and we'll be seeing into the practicals also. So likewise, I have shown some of the examples to you today. Like see, find command, you can say, these are all the PDFs which will be provided to you on your dashboard. So these are the find command. So what is the find command? It is explained, syntax for it, and example. Okay, so after that we'll be saying cases, 12 cases of find command. What are those cases? See, how to search a file. See, if you are hired or if you are interviewing any of the system administration post, they might ask you the questions that how you will search a file based on a size. Okay, that will be covering. See how to search a file based on the size. So the command for is the find the path where the file is located and its size. So sizes are mentioned. So if you want to see into MB, M you have to provide, into KB, K is there. So each and every command with its question is provided to find only a file or directory into a given path. So this is the command for it. To search a file based on its name. So this is the command. So how to ignore the uppercase? See, in Linux, I mentioned that everything is a file. And when you are into the Linux operating system, you will be into a CLI mode. Correct. So if you want to search anything, you have to use the find command, cd command, ls command. These all commands plays the important role when you are into the CLI mode of the Linux operating system. And most probably the organizations will be working into the CLI mode. So more we'll be focusing on the commands. These all commands will be covered to you all people. Okay. So see how to search a files whose size are between 1 to 50 MB. So input output redirections will be seen. See, if we fired any command or if there is any file and we need to provide that file content to our higher authority, or someone tells you that I need this file content and you please mail it to me. So see, I'll show you the view. You might be knowing also, but even though the one who are unknown to it. So once you log into your Linux operating system is installed, okay, so you will get this kind of login panel console. Okay, so root. This is my login ID. Okay, I have logged in here as the root user. Root user is the super user in the Linux operating system. How in Windows, the administrator is the super user. Here, the root is the super user who has access to all over the operating system and all over the commands. Each and every command is enabled to only root user. So in this way, you will see your operating system. So how you will switch into that particular directory, how you will find to that particular file or a directory. So in this way, the Linux operating system is viewed. There is will be learning the CLI mode. Okay, so this was a view of the Linux operating system. Okay, it will not be like a Windows. So you'll be coming here, you'll be clicking here, you'll be going to computers, to the directory. No, each and everything is dependent on the command into the Linux operating system, which will be more focused into our course. So where were we? So input output redirection I was explaining. So some file is there, some content is there, and your higher authority tells that I need. So how you will input? So see, if I'll check a number of files are there. So I switch to cd/home ls -l. So see, there is one file, root file. So cat is the command to print the content of the file, root file. So see, there is some content in this, like hello Vikram, clarifying your, and something is typed into it. So how you will redirect it to the file, or how you will email this to the higher authority, that all will be covered into the input output redirections. That how you will redirect the output of that particular command into a file. Okay, so this was all about input output redirect. See, host name greater than sign to route the output of the file using the greater than symbol, to append the output of the existing file. Okay, so there are three cases again, that is standard output, standard error. If any error is outputted through the command, then you can put this error content into a file. So this is in standard input. Okay, so we'll be covering this. So again, pipe command is there. Pipe command also, it is randomly used. We'll be saying less or more command, head and tail command to read a file. See, as it is in demo, there are no files, there are less files. So once you'll be working into an organization, there will be n number of files. So to sort that file, again to pipe means, what is the use of the pipe command? So, see, if we want to use multiple commands into a single use, then there is a need of a pipe command. So, see, the output of the first command will be the input to the second command. The output of the second command, again, it will be inputted to the third command. So, we'll get the correct answer, which answer or whatever file or the directory or the output we needed, it will be used in a single command firing. Okay, so that is the use of the pipe command, which is used into our organization. So there are also four cases we have seen into the pipe command. So again, compressing and the decompressing is also important. So if you want to send any of the file, which the file size is more than 2 GB, 3 GB, 5 GB, then how we will send. So in Windows also, you people compress it with the help of WinZip, WinRAR and all. So likewise in Linux, how to compress and decompress the file, we are going to see with the help of the gzip command. To zip a file, to unzip a file, there's a command g unzip file name, or gzip -d. Okay, so tar command, what is the use of the tar command? What are archive files? The syntaxes for it to the tar command is cvf tar cvf file name dot tar and the my folder. So what is archive files means if there is a folder and in that folder there are n number of files and you want to compress that file, for that there is a tar command. To compress a file there is a gzip command. Okay, so to compress a folder there is a need of tar command. Once you compress all the files by using into that folder, then you can gzip that folder to compress its size for the emailing purpose. So to extract the files, so once we compress, there is a need of decompressing. So how to extract the files? The command is shown and we are going to see into the practicals also. So cron jobs are there. See, scheduling for the future tasks. So each and everything we can automate into the cron jobs. Whatever we want to schedule the tasks. So these are the syntax for the how we can schedule for the minute, hour, date of month field, that is month in which month, and the day of a week. So see, stars are there where you can mention. First star will be for minute, second star will be for hour. Okay, that will be explained to you. So software packages. Linux operating system is an open source. So easily by connecting, registering our OS with the Red Hat operating system website to them, we can install our packages free of cost. So how to do that all will be here. There are two methods, that is yum and repo. So each and every command is provided, like installing and removing of the package, upgrade and update. We'll be also seeing what is the difference between upgrade and update. And for hyphen options means yum will be also having a number of options. So to check the update, to check the yum history is used to check that what all softwares are already installed into our operating system. So we'll be seeing RPM. Most probably in organization now are everyone using yum only, which is likewise same with the RPM. So what is RPM? Repos are nothing, repositories are nothing but the set of software packages. It is a set of software packages. Okay, so RPM will be saying installing, upgrading, deleting of the .rpm package. Means both are the methods. One method is yum, second method is RPM. Both will be same for the software installation. So we'll be explaining the booting process. So see, booting process. So the stages, step-by-step procedure is explained from BIOS, MBR, GRUB, that is grub bootloader, Linux OS, that is kernel. Okay, so what is BIOS? What its work is? So bootloader, so grub, what is group? What is grub? Kernel, what it helps for? Okay, so system D. Once we are into system D, we'll have our run levels. Run level means we can switch into the CLI mode, GUI mode. Our system is up. Okay, so these are the run levels from 0 to 6. There are total 7 run levels which will be explained. LVM we have covered that in case if our device is running out of storage. Okay, so basically as the Linux operating system is totally on a CLI mode, its hardware configuration is not much required. On less hardware configuration also, the OS can work very smoothly as if our system is newly installed. Okay, because it's in CLI mode. If there is a GUI mode, Windows, why Windows slows down? Because it is more focused on the GUI, graphical user. So the process takes very longer to boot up the system. Okay, in CLI mode, there is no GUI, graphical interface is not there. So it is easier for the hardware to run its hardware components smoothly for the outputting the OS. Okay. So managing. So what was I telling to the LVM means? So once we have set some hard disk space and the organization or you on a row on roll, there is a need. You are an one developer tells you that I am developing one software and I need this much space extra into my server or into my Linux operating system. So being a system admin, what you will do is you have to add the extra partition of the hard disk into that server. That is LVM. Okay. So we'll be converting it into the logical volume where that particular developer of that particular software will be utilizing that space for his software development, testing, and all. Okay. So, what is LVM will be explained, advantages of LVM, possibilities, examples. Okay. So, here this in the structured format, I have explained that this is the hard disk, how physical volumes are created, again, how the volume groups are created, and in those volume groups, LVMs are created. Step by step, we'll be looking into it. So real-time example of LVM we'll be seeing. We'll be configuring app 1 and app 2 on this on our servers. Okay, so for both, we'll be creating the LVM spaces and mounting of that LVM. Each and every step is provided over here. See, create a new partition, steps and its options. After that, PV will be created, its command to display it, VG creation syntax, displaying of the VG, and at the last LV and applying of the file system and setting the mount points to these particular hard disks. So how to configure the file systems and mount points, these all commands are available. So this was all about the LVM. So these all PDFs will be provided to you after the day one session, whatever topics are covered, that will be uploaded. So, at the end of this session, I'll be providing in 80 to 100 interview question and answers PDFs, which will be easier for you to recall all over the operating system. Okay, I'll be providing the commands with its questions, with the tricky questions in that. Okay, so this was all about the course content, and so I explained you about our logic labs, our course, what is a course, and after that we saw the timings that it is the weekend batches, that is Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And I gave the detailed information about the course content and the what all course content and what PDFs will be provided, which are morely focused, highly focused on the commands. That all is explained by my end. Okay. So any one of you have any queries, you can please ask me. You can either raise your hand or you can keep me into the chat box. We'll wait for 5 minutes. If anyone has any queries, you please ask. Yes, please. Okay, hope I have clarified each and everything smoothly to you people, so there are no doubts. Okay, so we'll be starting with the first topic today. Okay, so let me start with the overview of the Linux operating system. Can you give your introductions before starting to our batch? Who are from the background of Linux operating system, or all are from new, all are new to this Linux operating system? Yes, I am new. Okay, you might. So you are new, so you will be full-fledged from scratch to end. You from basic to advanced, you will be learning your Linux over here. Yes. Okay, if you move, you are also new. Thank you for your response. Okay, then we waited for, yes. Okay, so we waited for another 1 minute. So we'll start with today's chapter. That is overview of the Linux operating system. So what will be the, see. So what is Linux operating system? Linux operating system is the open source operating system. Okay, so what is the meaning of open source? This source code is open to everyone. Okay, so whatever coding, see, so what is operating system? See, it is a high-end software that communicates with the hardware and allows other programs to run on it. Correct? So there is the coding in between the hardware and the software communication to make an ability. Yes. So that source code is open to everyone. Anyone, any of the developer, ours is not a developing end, but any of the developer who is interested that I should make any changes into this Linux operating system's configuration, or you can say I should make some improvement, then that time that source code is available to that developer. He can easily recode it and redistribute it. Okay, we are going to see its distributions also. Okay, so the Linux operating system was first developed by Linus Torvalds. Okay, so how he developed it? It was developed to improve the Unix. So see, if Linux is there, the base of the Linux is Unix only. As the Unix was there, the n number of distributions came into the form behind Unix. To improvise Unix operating system, Linus Torvalds developed Linux, and Linux is running with very secure format. Okay, so see why Linux operating system is used at the high end, means at server levels, by n number of organizations at the enterprise level. Okay, so first of all, as I explained, it is an open source operating system. So anyone can come to that source, they can run that source, study to that source, modify into it, and redistribute that source code. Again, they can redistribute it. Okay, so high stability. As it is, as in Linux operating system, everything is file, I mentioned. So there is a high stability. So see, it is very stable and does not lead to crashes. It runs fastly as it is when installed first. Okay, I told you prior also. It doesn't need more hardware configuration, and there is less chances of crashing of the operating system, Linux operating system, because we'll not be having all over access to the operating system. Step by step, file by file, directory by directory, we'll be accessing our OS. Okay. So security, it is dependable server that offers high security to the user. Using Linux on your system is easy to avoid the viruses and the malware. The attacker cannot change any changes in the system until the user logged in as the root user. See, as I mentioned, the root user is the only person who has all the privileges, authority to all over the operating system and the files into it. Okay, so any user, so in the file permissions we are going to see this. Each and every file we can set permissions to it, that who user can access it and who not. Okay, in that we'll be seeing owner of that file, group to which he belong, which the file belongs, and the other users who can have the access over into the read, write, and execute format. Okay, easy to operate. Once you know the command, the Linux operating system is very easy to handle. Okay, Linux is easy to operate, and we can install it easily into variants of Linux, have their own software repositories. What are software repositories? Means packages of softwares. It is a set of packages of softwares. There are variants, means n number of software packages we can install. You can update the system periodically with just few clicks on your or you can set automatic updations also. Okay, hardware compatibility. As I mentioned, it does not have any hardware restriction. It doesn't even needs more hardware configuration. Okay, open source, the source code is available, first only we have seen, and it is free and open to everyone through FOSS. So next, where all Linux operating systems are used? In the NASA centers. There are a number of servers. Okay, there are few tasks to be performed, and number of things, blah blah blah, it will be done into the servers of the NASA centers, which is Linux operating system, that is a Red Hat enterprise level Linux operating system. Many of the health case, because data is very much important, and the securing of the data is very secure is at very high secure level into the Linux operating system, as each and everything here is into the file. So commercial uses for running the applications. Many servers, web servers are configured. Websites are configured into the Linux web servers only, because there will be no need of high-end hardware. Everyone will think, if there is, we are developing one website, again there will be investment for the hardware, investment for the developing end. So if we lower the hardware cost, it will be into our budget. So Linux plays important role in this. So database servers, file servers to storage of the data of the organization. Files, important files are there which can be stored into the servers. Email servers, how you have email servers into your Outlook. Likewise, there are email servers and any other type of shared services. Linux is very well suited for all types of server applications, softwares, you can say. Financial institute like banking sectors. In the banking sectors, Unix is the base where it is used. Red Hat Linux enterprise operating system. So you go to any of the organization, from base to high-end organizations, to whichever company it might be, Linux is mandate. And once you know Linux, you will be the high, you can say, if you know commands, you will be easier for you to handle the Linux operating system. So why you should learn about Linux? So as it is on a high usage in many sectors, I explained this prior also. So system administrator will be like the tech journalist. they handle many different. So what will be role of your being a system administrator? The system administrator handles many different things to keep the organization up and running. A system administrator, or you can say as in sysadmins, are the unsung heroes of the organization. They work in the background to make sure that the company's IT infrastructure is always working. Okay, so like from single computer to taking that computer into the network through the internet and through the organization, that is intranet communication, these all will be handled by the system administrator. So constantly fighting with the IT disasters from happening. So the system administrators take care of the IT disasters, means there should not be, they'll be maintaining, there should not be loss of the connection between the server and the system. So the n number of users will be affected to their work, for their working process which is ongoing, because once we are working into the organization 24 by 7, the IT infrastructure should be on, should be kept up into the up state, should not go into down state. That will be managed by the system administrator. There are also levels in this L1, L2. So how from the base to high, you how you experience yourself from L2, L3, L5. So you'll be posting to the higher ends. So why Linux operating system is more secure, we'll be seeing now. Work of accounts means there are very few users who can access all over the system. Thus, the virus cannot attack the whole system. It may cause only a few file systems. Okay. So once we access one file, then we are accessible to that particular file only. So it is said that only few users can access all over the system. So the virus attack is very less in this. So the system is secure. What it means is the system is secure from the viruses. So Windows strong community. Linux users first accomplish files before they open, so they can save the system from vulnerability. Each and every file is set with the default permissions. Okay, so Linux users first accomplish means they have to go through its default permission to access the single file also. So there are less chances of vulnerabilities. Okay, so XYZ user is there who is not into the organization, who is trying to access the files. It is not accessible, even though he has some tricks and tracks also. So firewalls is set into the Linux for the security circle of the system. So different firewall means into the intranet and taking our Linux into the internet. Firewall is important. Okay, it will be like a wall that who can come into our Linux server and who are not permitted, who are denied. So till Linux 7, it was Linux 6, it was IP tables command, and after Linux operating 7, now the latest is Linux Red Hat Linux operating system 9.4. So from 7 version, firewall command is used. So there are different working environments like Linux Mint, Debian. As it is an open source, some of them have edited the source code and also created its different working environments. Recording in Linux, that is logs, which we are going to see. Okay, log history. It maintains the log history because later it can view the details of the file systems easily, that who has accessed it, what work it is done, at what time it is done, at what date it is done, what editing. These all things are maintained by the logs, that is recording in the Linux, which makes Linux operating system more secure. Few users. Linux users are less compared to the others. Due to this, the security will be more. So this was all about why Linux is more secure compared to other operating systems like Mac and Windows operating system for the server level. So distributions, Linux Mint is there, Debian is there, Ubuntu, OpenSUSE, Banjaro. These are the Linux distributions. So where all we can install our operating system. First is the virtual box. You might all be familiar with virtual box, and if not also I'm going to explain you into the next presentation. So there is a cloud platforms like AWS, Amazon Web Services, cloud computing, which is owned by Google. Azure is there, which is owned by Microsoft, and AWS is owned by the Amazon. So in this we'll be studying Amazon, that is AWS, how to configure the Linux operating system EC2 machine through the Amazon Web Services. And online practicing is also available on ballard.org, where you will get the console access to practice your command. It is not secure. Just for practicing your commands, studying to the Linux, it is very easier to use it. It is not secure as it is used globally. And a new computer system with the Linux. This we are not going to see. And if anyone needs, you can keep me a mail. I'll provide you the steps for it, because formatting the whole hard disk as a Linux operating system, as of now, we are not going to see. We'll be seeing it onto the virtual machine only. Okay. So this was all about the overview of the Linux operating system. So anyone has any doubts, you please ask regarding the overview which I explained, or else we'll move with the second topic. Okay, hope everyone have cleared with the overview of the operating system, that what it is, where all it is used, what will be your role as an Linux system administrator. Okay. So today we'll be seeing OS installation guide. So tomorrow you people can install your operating system, and we'll be seeing with the basics of our commands. So basic commands. So see installation guide. So first of all, we'll be seeing what is the virtual machine. See, our hardware is in, that is your own system, like you can say your desktop machine or your laptop. On that you have your OS, that is Windows operating system. Some might have Mac. Okay, on that we are going to install the virtual box, which is the software, which is the physical machine, you can say. Sorry, which is a virtual machine, not physical machine. It is a virtual machine. On that virtual machine, we'll be creating the hard disk space. We'll be creating virtual hard disk, and on that we'll be installing Linux operating system. You can also use Mac and Windows, but we'll be covering Linux. So how do virtual machine works? Virtual machines are made possible through virtualization technology. Virtualization uses software to simulate virtual hardware that allows multiple virtual machines to run on a single machine. See, this is our single machine, which is our base operating system Windows. On that we are installing this virtual box, and we on that virtual box there will be n number of virtual machines, that is virtual operating systems. The physical machine is known as the host. So we are the host here, while the VMs running on it are called as the guests. So we'll be installing guest Linux operating system. Okay, so this was just a small intro to the virtual machine. So steps I'll be showing you. First of all, let me go to the browser. So see, here you have to search for virtual machine. Download. Okay, so first you will get the first link only that downloads Oracle VM VirtualBox. We'll download this only, Oracle Virtual Machine, that is VirtualBox. So see, you will come to this uh, panel. So here you will see to which platform you need. So most probably we all are into the Windows platform only. So you have to click here. So see, our virtual box is getting downloaded. It is of 106 MB. It might take very few seconds. So once it is downloaded, so how you install your normal softwares, likewise only you have to install this software. Okay. So see, it is complete. So let me go to where it is. So see, on my system it is already installed, but I will show you the steps. Each and every step is not possible to show. It is very easy for you people being to the computer background, IT background. So see, it is showing Windows installer preparing to install. Okay, this error is showing, just a moment. This error is showing because I am trying to download N7 VirtualBox 7th version. My system is not compatible to this. So what I have installed VirtualBox 6 version. Okay. So whoever's machine is up to mark, they will not get any error for this. They can easily finish this installation like your normal any of the software installation. Okay, so once you finish with this, and whoever has less configuration, they can check here. See, this is 7, VirtualBox 7. Likewise you will get you can search here VM version 6. You can search. So see, results are here. So see, 6 version is there. You can download here, download from here also. So I'll be providing a link to you, downloads. So where it will show you 6.0 version. Also you can download. But if your system is with high configuration, then no one will have any errors. You can easily install it. So the troubleshooting part also I have told you. If anyone has the error of this kind of error, they can download the lower end of VirtualBox version. So once you install, you will have this kind of shortcut on your desktop. You have to click on it. You will get this kind of panel. So once you come here, these are my already ongoing OSs. So you just ignore both of these. So though it will be blank for your end. Okay, so once you come here, you have to click here for the new. Okay. Once you click on new, you will be asked for the name of your virtual machine. That what name you are going to give. So I can say that Linux, Red Hat, Linux batch. So which is our batch number? 207. Okay, you can keep anything you want. And remember one thing, machine folder. So where you want to install this virtual machine, see, we have just downloaded the software, that is exe file of VM, and we just installed it. Now what we are doing is we are creating the virtual machine with its hard disk space in it. Okay, what we are doing is we are creating the virtual machine with its hard disk space, and for that we have to give the location for the hard disk space. If suppose I'll just cancel for a moment now, I'll show you. If suppose this is your Windows and see C drive is there, which is our important folder, and there should not be any crashes in it. So please don't install your VM into C drive. You can use your F drive, you can use your E drive. Wherever you have free space, just install your machine onto it. So I'll be taking E drive. E drive will be making new folder for VM. Okay, because I'm having more space here. See, 205 GB is here, and virtual hard disk, that is virtual VM, will be creating of 20 GB, or you can take it of 30 GB also, is okay. So coming back to our virtual machine, box manager. Okay, so here we have to come into tools, or directly also new option is available. You have to create a new, click on new virtual machine. So where I made the name as Red Hat Linux batch 207. So where will be the location of our VM? We'll be going to others. Where I made the folder, I made a folder into the E drive. So the name is VM. So VM. So this is the folder. Just so we have to select this folder. Select this folder. So see, E drive and VM. Into this folder, we will be creating our virtual machine. So what type? See, there are n number of type like Microsoft, Linux, Solaris, BSD, IBM, Mac, and other. So what type we are installing? Linux. So which version you can take? Red Hat 64-bit. In Linux also there are a number of contributions. Now, like Fedora is there, Gentoo is there, but we are installing Red Hat, which is of 64-bit. So next. So see, here it is asking memory size. What is memory size? That is the RAM. So now as of we can keep our RAM as it is. That is swap in Linux. In Linux, the naming for RAM is swap. So swap space. This is more than enough. That is 1024 MB means 1 GB. Okay. So next. So keep as it is. Do not make any changes. Okay, we are not going to use the existing. We are creating new virtual hard disk as of now. Okay. So create. So VDI only you keep disk image. Do not make any changes. Here also do not make any changes. So coming here. So which path we had given? We had given E path. In that we made which folder? VM. And on that it is going to install our, create our VDI, that is virtual disk space. So how much it is as of now? It is 8 GB. We'll make it up to which it is available. See, 2 TB it is available. So as if now we'll be giving 20 GB, or will be 30 GB you take. How much we are keeping? 30 GB. So create. So see, our new virtual machine with 30 GB of hard disk space is ready. Just the virtual machine is ready. Okay, with the base hardware configuration. You can read here general information. Our virtual machine's name is Red Hat Linux Batch 207. It is of 64-bit. We have kept RAM as 1024 MB. Okay, so these all are the basic things. See, SATA, that is storage, how much we have given? We have given of 30 GB. So these all are the general information, network information, storage information and all. Now the third step. First step was to download the virtual machine exe file after its installation. So the second step was to create the virtual hard disk of 30 GB. I have shown you the steps and where to locate the virtual machine, that I have shown you. And after that, the third step is to download the iOS. So you should have your Linux operating system's iOS to download into this, to install into this virtual machine. So for that, again, we will be going to our browser. We'll be searching for here. You have to search for Red Hat Linux ISO download. It will take you to the Red Hat developer portal. Red Hat Enterprise Linux download. You have to click here. So see, download at no cost. I have already logged in. So you have to log in from here. You have to give your own credentials over here. I cannot show these steps because I have already registered with the Red Hat. So this is not a very big task for you people. Just log in to your account. Once you log into your account by creating your new account to the Red Hat, you will be easily start your downloading the iOS. Okay. So downloading the iOS takes very much time. The iOS will be of 9 GB. I cannot show that step over here also because it will take our session time. So once the iOS is downloaded, once you create a Red Hat account, automatically your ISO will start downloading of Red Hat. It will be like this. Linux iOS. I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you into the virtual box only. Okay, so yes, raised a hand. Yes, we'll stop over here for 5 minutes. Yes.
Can you share the link you are downloading right from Red Hat operating system? Can you share the link in the chat?
Yes. I'll share you. Just a moment.
Okay.
No any big thing. You have to go to browser. Okay. My screen is visible to you, huh?
Yes.
So just go to the browser. You can fire Red Hat Linux ISO download. You will come over here. See, first thing only you will come here. Even though I'll share you the link. Okay. I'll copy the link. Copy link address and I'll be keeping to you on the chat box.
And one more thing, this ISO image will be any like the trial period, like maximum we can use 3 months or 90 days or 180 days.
No.
Okay.
First only, I think you joined lately. It is open source operating system. Okay. There is no need. There is no any limit for your software like Windows. It is open source. There is no any limitation to the usage of this software. Okay. There is no any code required. Just you have to register your account to the Red Hat. Here you have to register. on the Red Hat developer. Once you register, the ISO will be downloaded. And once you are into the Linux operating system, I'll be showing you how to get connected with your operating system with these Red Hat Enterprise Linux website. Okay. So for that, subscription is required. There is no any cost. See, no cost RHEL for developers subscription. Okay. So there is no any 3 months, 9 months. No, there is no need of key also. How we provide into the Windows. Okay. Is it clear to you?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. You are not audible to me clearly. I think there is a
Yeah,
disturbance.
okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay. The link I have shared here to you. Okay. You register to that account, automatically the iOS will get downloaded. Anyone has any queries until this regarding the VirtualBox? It's creating of the virtual hard disk of 30 GB and downloading of the ISO. Okay. So coming back to our topic, that is, see, we created Red Hat Linux batch 207 virtual machine. So we are going to start. You have to click here. You have to click on start button. Once you click on start button, see, there is no iOS. Means on this, once you buy a new uh, laptop or a system, there is a need to installation into it. Okay. So likewise, here we have created a blank virtual machine. On that, now we are going to install our iOS. See, there will be a scroll down. There you will see your iOS. Okay, see the path for my iOS is D drive. 27th of August I had downloaded it. Into downloads it is available. Where it is available, see, it will be showing that path also. Wherever you will keep your ISO image, it will show its path. Okay, so we have to click on it and we have to click on start button. So see, Red Hat Enterprise Linux installing. This installation also takes very long process. I'll show you the starting of the Linux. After that, I'll explain you how to do it by your end. Okay. So until our iOS is booting up, so parallelly, I'll show you how to create an EC2 machine, EC2 Linux machine onto the AWS account. Okay. So parallelly, we go to AWS account. Just a moment, something procedure is there next. We'll wait for it. System is getting installed with the ISO of Red Hat. So parallelly, we will not take much sessions time here. Parallelly, I will show you how to create your account on the AWS, that is Amazon Web Services. So we'll be going to the browser and typing their AWS console. Okay. So see, we are Once we type here AWS console, for the first link will be AWS Management Console. Okay, so from here, once you are here into this window, you have to sign into the console. For signing in, first of all, you have to create your new AWS account. Okay, for signing in, you have to sign in as the root user email address, the AWS account name, and then you have to verify your email address. These steps also you should do it by your end only. It is an easy method. How you create the Gmail accounts and all, likewise only it is. But while creating the AWS account, make at one end it might ask you for the payment. The payment, the debit card or the credit card details it might ask. It is very safe. You can give it, and there will not be any charges for your EC2 Linux once you create. It might deduct your 2 rupees amount and it will be refunded to you. Okay, it is all safe to give the details of your card details to the AWS. So once you sign in successfully, register with the AWS account, you have to log in with your credentials. Okay, so I have my own credentials here. I will sign in because I have already created my account. So see, once you sign in, you will come to this panel. So this will be empty for you, recently visited. I have already worked on it, so it is showing me recently visited. Okay, so this will be blank for you. So here you have to see, you have to search for EC2. Okay. See, what is EC2? It is virtual servers in the cloud. On the cloud platform, we are going to create our virtual servers. So which virtual server we are going to create? That is Linux virtual server we are going to create. So click on it. So once you click on it, you will come to this window. So once you come to this window, here into the left hand corner, you will see instances. In AWS, to create the EC2, we have to go to instances. Okay, so once you click on instances, you will be on this console. So already I have two machines which are running on my AWS account. Okay, so how you will create a new EC2 machine? So for that, you have to click on launch instances. Once you create a launch instance, you have to name your machine. So whatever name you will give, what name you will give for your Linux virtual EC2 machine. So you might give that same you give, which you gave to your virtual machine, Red Hat Linux batch 207. So see, application, that is iOS image in this AWS, what it is said as AMI, that is Amazon Machine Image, because the image is will be provided by the Amazon people only. There is no need of downloading any iOS in this. Okay. So we'll be clicking the AMI, that is ISO image of the Red Hat operating system by here only. See, Red Hat. Many others. See, Amazon Linux is there, Mac is there, Ubuntu. You can create a number of, but now we'll be creating Linux. Read this. See, Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9. Okay, free tier eligibility. So no charges will be applicable for you. Okay. So we'll keep as it is. See, T2 micro free eligibility tier. So it is all free. So into the T2 micro, what it has taken, see, it has taken storage of 10 GB and how much 1 GB of memory it has taken, current generation it has used. T2 micro means it is the virtual hard disk, what it will be using for our iOS. So key pair, it is very important. We have to create a new key pair. Key pair are nothing but the credentials. Those are the credentials for our Linux virtual Linux operating system, that is EC2 machine. These will be the credentials which will be helpful for you to log in to your Linux operating system on AWS. So what name you will give? You give the name as same name you give. So it will be easier for you to remember. Red Hat. Sorry, the key pair name cannot include leading or trailing spaces. So the space should not be there in this. Red Hat Linux batch key pair. So what name I gave? Red Hat Linux batch key pair. The batch number is 207. Okay. So we have to keep it as key pair type RSA only and download the PEM file only. So create a key pair. Okay, the key pair is created. Now coming to the networking settings. So our host here will be Windows. So there should be a connectivity. Na? So for that we have to enable the security group where it will enable the SSH port. SSH port, it will help to communicate, to enable the communication between the host and the EC2. So for this, there is the security group. We have to create a new security group. So you have to click here and go to the network setting edit option. Once you come to edit, do not make any changes over here. So see, security group name required. So what you will give? Red Hat Linux batch 207 space SG. SG means security group. This name only you copy it and you keep it into the description. Control V. Okay, do not make any changes here because SSH is already enabled. So scroll down, keep the configuration as they have given because there is no much need of it. Okay, so see all these things over here. So how many number of instances we are creating? We are creating 1. In AWS, at that time, we can create a number of instances with the same hardware configuration and same AMI. Okay, so see, software image, that is ISO image that it has taken, Red Hat. So hardware configuration is T2 micro, firewall security is set, storage volume it has taken of 10 GB. Okay, so launch instance. So our EC2 machine is getting ready. So our Linux operating system is all set. So coming back to So see, successfully initiated launch of instance. The ID is provided, that is Red Hat Linux. So coming back to instances panel, here you will see your name of your EC2 machine. So what name we gave? Red Hat Linux batch 207. So see, it is into the running mode. Okay. So what step we did now? First, we created the Amazon account. We logged in into it. And after that, we went to the instances. There we launched the new instance named Red Hat Linux batch 207. After that, we provided the AMI, that is the ISO Red Hat image, and the instance is ready. That is our virtual machine. That is Amazon virtual machine, EC2 machine is ready. So how you are going to connect to it? So how we are going to connect to our virtual machine? So I'll show you. For that, first step is to download the putty. So coming back to the browser, here you have to download PuttyGen to make the connectivity possible from our host machine to EC2 Linux machine. First, we have to download PuttyGen. So first only PuttyGen download. First link only you have to click. So scroll down. So see PuttyGen we are here into. So see PuttyGen. So go to Putty installation download page. For Windows it is here. Scroll down. So MSI is there, Unix source is there, Putty. Just a moment, my system is hanging up, I think so. Why, I don't know. It is not scrolling down properly. So see, here you can see PuttyGen. So see exe file, Windows accepts the exe file only, correct? So we have to download it for 62-bit. So click on it. So your download should start automatically in 2 seconds. Automatically you will get downloaded your PuttyGen software. Okay. So what is this PuttyGen and Putty? I'll explain it to you. Okay. Let me first complete it. See, PuttyGen is getting downloaded. So see, it is downloaded. Show into folder. Okay, so before going to this, let me explain you what is PuttyGen. So see, downloading PuttyGen is a key generator tool for creating pairs of public and private SSH keys. SSH keys, as I told you that we generated one key, correct? That is the login credentials for our EC2 machine, correct? So this PuttyGen, what it will do is the PEM file which we downloaded after the generation of the key pair, it will create it into the PPK file. What is PPK file? Public and private key, PPK file. Okay, the PEM file will be converted to the PPK file. Okay, so we'll see here. So where was I? I was into the downloads. Downloads. So see, Puttigen is downloaded. So you have to run it on your system. So see, it is just a generator. Okay. So here see, load an existing private key. So where was our PEM file? So once in Amazon, you created the key pair. You just see into the recordings that here in downloaded, you will see the PEM file. So let me go to downloads. What key pair name we kept? We kept it as Red Hat. See here it is Red Hat Linux batch 207 key pair dot pem. So we have to copy it. Copy. So we'll create a new here folder. Batch 207. So we'll paste it here. Okay. So we have to load this to generate the PPK file. So where we kept our PEM file into desktop batch number 207, and see here you cannot see any files. Why? Because it is displaying only PPK file. Here we have to make all files, then you can see your PEM file. So open it. So see, successfully imported the foreign key. So you have to say okay. After that, once you load this, you have to click generate. So see, it is generating. You have to move your mouse for randomness. Please generate some randomness by moving the mouse over the blank area. So see, successfully we generated this PPK file from the PEM file with the help of the Puttigen generator. Okay. So save private key. So are you sure you want to save this key without web? So yes, you should. So see, the save as type is PPK. We need PPK file only. Into public and private key only we want to log into our EC2 machine. So what name you will give? File name. Same you get Red Hat Linux batch 207 key pair. So this is the PEM file. So it is PPK to save. So we successfully converted PEM file into PPK file through the Puttigen, that is Putty key generator. So this work is over. We have to close it now. So we got two files over here. First, we generated the key pair on while launching the instance, and after that we converted it into the PPK file. Now coming back to browser. Now you have to download Putty. So what is this Putty? Putty is the mediator to get connected to our EC2 machine through our Windows host. So see putty.exe, that is SSH and telnet. The SSH and telnet are nothing but it is the ports or the protocols which enables our connectivity. Secure shell, okay. Securely we can get connected to our EC2 machine. So see, putty.exe is downloaded. So show in folder. So see, putty is there. You have to run. So run. So see, it will be asking you to the host name. So what is your host or the IP address means to whom you are going to connect. So coming back to our Amazon Web Services, to whom we are going to connect we are going to connect newly created Linux operating system EC2 machine. That is, see here, you have to click here. Here you will get all the network details. This is the details over here. The instance ID, public address and the host name. So you have to copy your public IP. So you have to paste it here. Paste. To this machine, to this IP address, we are going to connect. The connection should be the SSH only. Do not make any changes. So into the left hand corner, you have to give your credentials, correct? You provided the IP, there should be credentials. Na? So you have to go to SSH. Just a moment. Sorry. So you have to go to SSH. You have to give your authorities to credentials. So what credentials we are giving? That will be our PPK file, public and private key file. So browse it. So where we kept it? We kept into the desktop. On which folder we kept? We kept into the batch 207 batch and see PPK file. So open it. So these are the credentials. And now you have to open. So accept. So see, successfully you have created your Linux EC2 machine on the cloud platform of Amazon Web Services. Okay, AWS is owned by Amazon. So they will only provide us the iOS. Just we need to launch that instance and we have to get connectivity to it through the PPK file with the help of PuTTY. So EC2 user. Server refused our key. Okay. Some error has happened. Okay. Key is wrong, it is saying. So let me check what has happened. We'll see the troubleshooting end also. We'll generate the key one more time. Okay. Let me delete this key. Delete the PPK file only. Do not delete the PEM file because the PEM file is the key pair which we generated while launching the instance. Again, we'll go to PuTTY key pair generator. That is PuTTYgen. Run. So load, generate, load it. So what we are going to load? The PEM file we are going to load. So where is our PEM file? It is into the desktop. Which folder it is? Batch 207. So .pem file is there that we should open, successfully imported. So save the private key. We can load it. We can save directly. Yes. So cancel, generate. So it is generating. Okay, so save private key. Keep the type key as RSA only. Yes. So we'll give it as Red Hat Linux batch 207 key pair PPK. So it will be saved as the PPK file only. Again, coming to our PuTTY. Run. We have to provide the IP address of our copy, paste, go to your credentials, browse your PPK file. So desktop batch 207. This was the PPK file. Open. EC2 hyphen user. Everybody feels darky. So these are only the steps. I don't know why it is happening as of now. So you try it by your end also, the same steps. If any error occurs, you please contact to the numbers which are providing, or you can keep your query on the email address also. Okay. So let us come back. So this was all about the AWS instance launching. Okay, and that is we created EC2 Linux machine on Amazon also. But better if you install your Linux on the VirtualBox only. So third method to use the Linux operating system. Come to the browser and just log out from here. Sign out. Before signing out, you should click on this, go to the instance action, and you should stop your machine. Okay, tomorrow once again I'll show you this, you all people. So coming back to Google. The third one is the online platform where you can practice your Linux command without installation of your Linux operating system. So here in the browser, you have to search for ballard.org Linux. So here see https ballard.org js Linux. Here you can click. Here there are many operating systems for practicing. So what you are going to see is Fedora. Fedora is same like Red Hat Linux only. You use console mode. Don't use X Windows GUI mode. Go to console mode. Click here. So see your terminal is loading. So you can practice your commands here without any need of installation of OS. So see, normally how we log into our OS, it shows the same root at the rate localhost. So we'll see who am I. Who am I is the command to see which user we have logged in as. So pwd, pwd is a command into which directory we are. We'll create one file by using the touch command, touch F1, F2, F3. We'll create some directories by using the command mkdir, D1, D2, D3. So ls is the command to list what all we have into our directory. Into root directory we created D1, D2, D3 directories, and also we created the F1, F2, F3. See, here the root is the user who created this file and it belongs to the root group only. It has by default permissions set over here into the left hand corner. Directory is symbolized by D. These are the directories in the blue color. Okay, so successfully we are running our commands into the online platform, that is ballard.org. But remember, you basics you practice on this. It is globally accessible to everyone, so it is not that secure. So better go with the virtual machine only. So I have shown you 3 methods of practicing of Linux and installation guide. So coming back to our VirtualBox. So see, we came, it took a longer time to come into this panel. So here, once you come, you have to select United States language. Okay, so continue. So see, once you come here, you have to give your installation summary. What is installation summary means? We have created the physical drive of 30 GB. On that, we have to install our iOS, correct? So select your installation destination first. So see, installation destination was of ATA VirtualBox hard disk SDA is of 30 GB. So click on it. You will see the right mark. Once you see the right mark, you have to click done. So once you are done, so come next to the network and host. So enable your connectivity from your host Windows, host machine. Who is a host machine? Windows machine to this virtual box. There should be some internet connections now to this virtual box also. So that you have to enable your network Ethernet. So on it. So see, it is connected. The hardware address is seen, the IP address of virtual box is seen, DNS is seen. Okay. So make it done over here. Click on done. So coming to the software selection. So software selection, base environment, we have to keep server only, which is our CLI mode. Okay, keep it as server. Additional softwares we'll be seeing further. Do not click any of these. Okay, so click only the base environment, that is server, then done. After that, time and date you can set for the Kolkata. Who are out of country, they can set as per their locations. I am in India, I am clicking it here, it has Kolkata timing. See, Asia, region is Asia, city is Kolkata, and network time is on, and the timing it shows correctly, that is 10:52. The date is correct. Okay, we have kept it by 24/7. So done. So date and time is set. Installation destination we have provided. We have provided the connectivity between the host machine and the virtual machine. We have made the server selection. After that, connectivity to the Red Hat will be shown to you later. I'll show you into the this thing, CLI mode, how to get connected to the Red Hat. Okay, so the keyboard base will be the same, the language we have already selected. So you have to set your root password. Very attentionally, you keep your name for the root as root only. Set your root password. Okay, by default, your user account name will be root only. So root okay, so confirm your password. These will be the credentials of us to log in our Linux operating system. Okay, so done. Twice you should press done. So our root password is also set. So these all are the path and the details which we have given for our installation. So once we begin, click on begin installation, it will take a longer time. Okay, once you get installed your Linux, automatically you will get this type of terminal. Okay, I'll exit from root also. See. So see, you will get this type of login. It will ask for the login name and login. Login name will be root only of yours. And what password you have set now, that you have to provide. Okay, so once you provide the password, it will log in you to root@localhost. So root. Be careful while providing the password. Note it down somewhere. Otherwise, you are not able to log in. Again, you have to reset your password by going to kernel mode. So remember your password. So this was all about logging about your OS. So it is still configuring. It is installation is in progress. It will take time. Okay, so the 5 minutes are left. Anyone has any queries with the day one session, day one demo session? You can ask me now. I can unmute you, or you can keep it in the chat box also. Let me again tell you one more thing that, see, you please join the WhatsApp group link. Whoever newly joined, lately joined to the webinar, again, I am telling you the details about Logic Labs. Our training is, our batch is of Linux administration, that is RHCSA, that is Red Hat Certified System Administrator. My name is Sonika. I'm a trainer over here. Our batch number is 207. You can, our batches are only at the weekends, that is Saturday and Sunday. The timing is from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. IST. The duration of our course will be of 4 weeks. The course fees is 3,999 INR. You can scan for the course content over here also, or in the chat box, I'm providing you the link for the course content. Okay, so any of the queries if you have, you can please contact the Logic Labs team. The contact numbers are provided over here, and the email address is also provided. See, remember the first two sessions. Today was the day one session. Tomorrow will be the day two session, which will be free to all the attendees. From the third session, the Zoom meeting link will be shared to the paid registered participants only. So you, once you pay to this course, to the the Zoom link will be provided to the registered email address. Okay. So once you get registered, you will have your own login ID and password, in which you will have all the session recordings providing day wise, and day wise PDFs will be provided. The PDFs are, see, these all PDFs will be provided to you day wise, whatever topics we cover. And at the end of this, I'll be providing you 80 to 100 question and answers PDFs, so that you can again recall all of your commands, Linux commands, and we more will be focusing on the commands. Okay, so you please join on the through the LMS graphic to your dashboard, and I'll be providing the link to you once again on the chat box. This is the course content link. Join WhatsApp. You join the WhatsApp group so that you will get all the updates about our batch payment link. So these are the links which are provided to you all people. Okay, so anyone has any doubts, 1 more minute we are here. We'll be winding up our session at 11 a.m. You can please drop a message into a chat box, or you can raise your hand also. So hope you have clarified smoothly with the course content, what course it is, and what all you people will be provided into this course. And we have completed 2 of the topics also today. First is of the overview of the operating system, and second the installation guide. In the installation, we have seen all 3 methods. One is the virtual box, second is of the AWS instance creation, and third is the online practicing. So this was all about day one demo session. Okay. So thank you everyone. Have a good day. We are winding up with our day one session. Tomorrow will be the day two session from 9 a.m. to uh, 11 a.m. Okay. It's a good day to everyone. Thank you. Thank you.